Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hussein, and today I have a dupes video, and I'm so excited because you can see it all on my face and they look so similar. So in the comment section write down which one you think is Highend and which one you think is Drugstore. So if you're wondering what a dupe is a branded product that is a cheaper alternative to a high-end product which has a similarity in either the formula, the colour or the texture. It has nothing to do with packaging, however that may be a factor. That's what I think a dupe is. And usually when I look at dupes, I look at either the formula or the colour or the texture. I know there's a lot of products that look similar in terms of packaging, but packaging isn't really what you're after when you want to buy a dupe, because obviously you want the formula to be the same or similar. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. But yeah, I'm so happy with it. I feel like there's so many good dupes here and I hope you enjoy it too. So I'm going to get straight into it and let's get started. So I'm just going to put the Body Shop All-in-One Insta Blur primer, and I really like this primer. It's been a while since I've used it though. It's got like a little silicone texture, so I'm just going to put it on the same places as each other, and let's see. So the first product is the Fit Me foundation. I love this foundation. I actually just filmed a top 5 drugstore foundation video, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave it in the eye. Okay, so the first dupe I have is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and then it's going against the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is slightly lighter in terms of shade, as you can see, but I'm going to try it out and see how it works. I honestly don't reach for this, and I think one of the reasons why I don't reach for it is because obviously it's a much lighter shade than my skin tone. I will test this out again and see, but honestly I do prefer the formula on this one because it just feels so much easier. It's drugstore, it's affordable, and it's really nice. It looks quite similar to me, like I don't see a difference in it, so I'm actually really happy with that. But now I'm going to move on to powder. So I've got the Collection Shirley's powder, and I've also got the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Everyone raves about this product so much, and I thought, yeah, it's time for me to get it. And honestly, I don't see a difference between the two. I actually bought this before I actually bought this, so once I've tried this out I was like, wait, it's exactly the same as this one, and this is like £4 and this is like £29. It is a nice finely milled powder. I can't deny the way it actually feels and looks. Obviously you can see this one's a bit more smeary, but when you brush it off it's got the same exact feel to it. There's not a difference at all. I just don't see a difference. So we're going to move on to brows now, and I've got the ABH Dip Brow Pomade in Ash Brown, and I've also got the Freedom Brow Eyebrow Pomade in Urban. Obviously the shades aren't exactly the same, but I feel like in terms of dupe wise this is really close. The ABH one is a lot more softer and creamy in texture, easier to apply perhaps. This one is a bit of a thicker consistency, so quite hard. So for the ABH one I am going to use my number 7 brush. Yeah, number 7 brush. I love using this brush with this product, it's just so good. I wish I had like a mirror right in front of it, like, you know, the ring light mirror. I don't, so I'm just gonna have to do it this way so I can see what I'm doing, depending on what your budget is. And I mean, the ABH one, these ones will last you a lifetime. Honestly, they're gonna last you a really long time. I've had mine for about 2 years now, I want to say, and I've barely made a dent in it. Well, actually I have made quite a bit of a dent in it, but I've still got a lot of product. But yeah, I love my ABH one, honestly. So I'm just going to put some brow gel on it. So brows are done now. As you can see, I like them. I think they look really similar. But yeah, we're going to move on now, and we are going to go on to eyeshadow primers. So I've got the MAC Laying Low Prolong Wear Paint Pot, and then I've got the Essence I Heart Stage Eyebrow Base. Sorry, my voice just changed. So as you can see, they're in slightly different packaging. This one's a doe foot applicator, and this one is just like a cream product, like you can just pop it on. The reason why I've chosen these two is, in fact, they look quite similar in terms of texture, I mean, obviously this one's a bit more drier than that one, but the color wise as well, they're really similar. But this is kind of like a concealer formula, so I feel like the paint pot is quite similar in terms of that sort of thing. They look really similar to me. I just feel like they feel the same as well. Obviously the Essence one is a more liquid based formula, but I mean, look at it, it looks exactly the same to me. Okay, so now that we've got our primer on, it's time to do eyeshadows, and I've got two amazing palettes and I'm so happy with this dupe. It's just so amazing. I don't know what to say, honestly. So the first one is the high-end one is the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a stunning palette. I mean, if you haven't heard of this palette, then I don't know where you've been. It is so beautiful, the formula is really nice, and I love this palette and it's perfect for the fall. And then the dupe that I have is a Makeup Revolution Flawless Free Resurrection palette. So this is how it looks, and there is, how many shades are there in this? There's, let's find out, 32 in this, and it's only £8. And I feel like when you look at these two palettes together, there are definite dupes of the Modern Renaissance palette. There are some pretty similar dupes in there, so I'm going to actually test it out and show you. I really like this palette. This was around, I think it was £8 or £10, really affordable, whereas this one is £41 in the UK. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to start off with the shade Makeup from the Revolution palette, and then that's the similar shade to that one is the Buono Fresco, I think that's what you'd call it. And I'm just going to set the eyeshadows in place. So I think in terms of formula wise, yeah, the ABH one is definitely a lot more pigmented, a lot more better. With the Makeup Revolution one, you do have to play around a little bit more, which I mean, it's normal. Obviously for the price you get it at, you definitely do have to work a little bit harder with it, but I mean, in terms of colours and how they feel, they're very similar. So I am just going to blend that shade out. I'm just going to put it all over the lid, and then do the same with the Makeup Revolution one. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to use from the Makeup Revolution one is the shade Back, which is very similar to, I want to say, Raw Sienna. It's very similar to the Raw Sienna. So I'm going to use that on the same Makeup Revolution brush, and I'm just going to apply that onto my crease. Hopefully this is a little bit better in terms of seeing what I'm doing. Next I'm going to go into the shade Triumph, which is definitely similar to Burnt Orange in the ABH palette. So I'm just going to take that using the same brush just because I don't want to mix the two up. And then I'm going to go on to the shade Based, which is similar to Red Ochre. So I'm going to start off with the Makeup Revolution side. I'm just going to put that on my outer V. So I'm going to use the shade Believing from the Makeup Revolution palette, which is similar to Venetian Red. Is that how you say it? Venetian Red? I'm going to assume that's how you say it. I'm sorry if it's not the way you're supposed to say it. Okay. And I know a lot of people have a lot of hate with Makeup Revolution for doing dupe versions of high-end products, but I mean, if you can't afford something that's high-end, you're going to want something similar to it because you obviously love the way it looks, but you just don't have that money to be spending on it. And I can understand why people don't want to spend that much money on makeup. I mean, £41 is a lot of money, and that is like money that can be spent on groceries or the electricity bill, anything like that. So I definitely see other people's side of things. So I mean, Makeup Revolution is just one brand that does dupe styled versions of products. So, you know, no hate against Makeup Revolution because I do love their products, and even the things that they don't dupe I still love as well. So anyway, moving on from that, I am going to use the shade Story, which is from the Makeup Revolution one, and that is Vulgar in the ABH one. I'm sorry if my makeup skills aren't the best. I do apologize. I am not a makeup artist. I am just someone who enjoys wearing makeup. So if you feel like my makeup isn't blended enough, it probably isn't. I'm sorry. I just do it the way I feel like it looks okay. Now for the lid, I'm going to use Primavera from the ABH palette, and that is oh, it's a bit of a mixture in the Makeup Revolution palette. I would say it's a Regeneration or New Dawn. I'm probably going to use Regeneration though. So I'm going to put Primavera on first. And look at that pigment. It's a lot. And I'm just going to pack it on. I love this shade here. It's really stunning. And obviously if you add Fix Plus and whatnot, you can make it a lot more pigmented if you want it to be. But I mean, the way it is by itself is still really nice. I'm going to use the shade Tempera, which is just going to go on my brow bone. Okay, so for inner corner highlight, I'm going to use the shade Primavera, and then I'm going to use New Dawn maybe. Okay, so that is the eyeshadow done. I mean, you can tell that they look so similar in terms of colour and shade. Definitely difference in the formula wise, not so much, but definitely the Modern Renaissance one has a lot more pigment to it, and with the Makeup Revolution one you do have to play around a little bit more, but I'm okay with that for the price it is. But yeah, I'm going to move on to liquid liners now, and the first one is the NYX matte liquid liner. This is only like £6. This is so good. I love it. It's got a really nice thin tip, and similarly we've got the Balm Cosmetics string liner. Now this is £15 and I love this liner. It's so matte black, it's so gorgeous, but the price for a liner is a bit up there, so I'm going to show you how these both work and you can tell me if you see a difference or anything like that. Okay, so that's liner done. I mean, I don't see a difference. This one's slightly matter. So the next product we're going to talk about is the contour kits. So in terms of Drugstore, we have the Makeup Revolution HD Pro Sculpt and Contour. I love this palette, it's so good. I pretty much just use the bottom, these two in the middle pretty much. Similarly, we've got the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. See, it's a really nice palette, like there's nothing wrong with it, but I just feel like the Makeup Revolution one does exactly the same thing, so why spend more when you can save a little bit of money. The next dupe we have is blushes. So the blusher I have for the Drugstore side is the NYX blusher in the shade Mocha. This is a really nice powder blush and I love it. It's really, really pretty. For the high-end side we have the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette. That's the one we're comparing it to basically. Alright, this one has a little bit of shimmer in it, just a little bit, but we'll see how it works. So the pigmentation on this is ridiculous, definitely. And obviously this was limited edition. I don't think you can get this anymore, but if you were ever wondering, I really, really wanted that. So this is just one of the dupes I have for them. So now we have highlighter, and my Drugstore highlighter is the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Wisp. This is a really pretty highlighter, very affordable. This is like $5. And then for my high-end highlighter, I have the Stila Starlight Starbright highlighter palette, and I am looking at the shade Bronze, which is just this one at the end. This is such a similar shade to the Wisp one, so we're going to see it on the cheek and see how it looks. Okay, so that is the highlighter done. I feel like the Colourpop one is just a little bit more blinding than the Stila one, but yeah, I did mix in both bronze and kitten together just so that it looked quite similar. I feel like it's a good match. It is a good match. Okay, so because I don't have a mascara dupe, I am just going to wear this one. This is the Essence The False Lashes Mascara. I did do a top 5 Drugstore mascara video if you want to check that out. And I'm just going to apply this on. So for my lips, I've got the Milani Teddy Bear shade. This is such a stunning shade and really affordable. And it is a complete dupe to the MAC Well lipstick. I mean, that is how MAC looks, and then this is how Milani looks. How close is that? So I'm going to do the top lip in MAC and then the bottom lip in Milani. getting hard not to like mesh my lips together, which I'm so used to doing. And then bottom. So that is how it looks. Obviously the Milani one is a little bit more glossier than the MAC one, but I mean, look at that. It is a pretty good dupe, I would say. Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely the Milani one is a little bit shinier, but color wise it's a very good dupe. The last dupe I have is my setting sprays. So the first one is the L'Oreal Infallible Fixing Mist. This is amazing. This is Drugstore and I love it. I use it all the time. It's like an everyday essential for me, and it's so affordable that, you know, I don't mind using it every day. And then for the high-end side, I've got the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I honestly don't see a difference between these two. The formula is slightly different. With the L'Oreal one, you do have to shake it in order to use it so it doesn't spray white dots on your face, but I think this is a great dupe for this product. This is a really expensive product and I only use it on very special occasions because it is so expensive, and I've actually got a lot of product left. Like, I haven't really used it that often. Ever since I discovered the L'Oreal one, it's just been my go-to and I love it, and I think it's so good and so worth the money. Like, okay, so that is the end of this video. I mean, you can see the dupes on my face. Like, can you believe it? There's like a huge price difference and I love it. I love the way this looks. I mean, yeah, I'm proud of myself for finding these dupes. I just love it so much, and I hope you found this useful. If you were looking for dupes for certain products, I hope I've helped you out a little bit there. I am so happy with it. I'm so pleased with my dupes, and I definitely want to do a part 2 to this, but I definitely need to do a bit more research, find some more products that look similar. Yeah, let me know if you like this sort of video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're new. I would really appreciate it. I am like on 313 subscribers, which is really epic. I'm so happy with that as well. But yeah, let me know in the comment section if there's any other sort of video you want me to do. I will happily look into them and definitely give you something else that you want. Subscribe to my channel, of course. I swear I just said that. Follow me on Instagram if you would like to see more of like beauty stuff. Yeah, that. And inshallah, I will see you guys next time. Assalamualaikum. Bye.